check a vibe and survive through the beats and the rhymes. Podcast duo on the rhyme, we're breaking it down. This time he's got the insight, she's got the fire. Together we dive in, taking you higher.
All right, let's dive into this album that has everyone talking Rhymes Against the Machines by Forget the Knowledge. It's something else.
Really is.
It throws you for a loop. It's got that old school hip hop vibe, takes you right back to the roots, those gritty beats.
Yeah.
But then, bam, it hits you with this whole AI and creativity thing. Not what you'd expect.
It's wild how they blend that raw, authentic sound, the kind of lyrics that just grab you, with this whole debate about technology and where it leaves human creativity. Like those old school hip hop artists, they weren't afraid to tackle the big issues. And this album, it's like they picked up the torch, you know?
Exactly. That rawness, that realness, it's like a breath of fresh air these days, especially with everything being so polished and perfect.
Right. It's about connecting with real lived experiences. That's what gives it power. And in a world drowning in information, authenticity, that's what cuts through.
And that's what makes Rhymes Against the Machine so interesting. It taps into this fear that many artists, heck, many people have about AI moving into their space, their craft.
That anxiety is real.
It is. Take the track Left Out in the Cold, for example.
Listen up, y'all. Gather round and pay attention to my tale of technology. Its advancement without question. Artificial intelligence is rising fast and growing strong, threatening our way of life. Things will never be the same. It's writing songs and poetry, creating visual arts too, stealing jobs from painters and musicians. Everything they pursue, they say it's just machines doing their programmed tasks. But who knows where it ends? Maybe humanity will crash.
It just lays it all out there, that fear of being replaced, of human skills becoming obsolete because of some algorithm.
I see what you mean.
There's this one line that just stuck with me.
Will humans still matter when algorithms take control? Or will we become obsolete, left out in the cold?
Gave me chills.
It's a chilling thought. To be left behind as technology races ahead makes you wonder if it's just artists who feel this, or if it speaks to a bigger anxiety we're all grappling with as tech takes over more and more.
You hit the nail on the head. It makes you think, when was the last time you felt that pressure? To adapt, to keep up. This album, it's not just about music. It's about this constant tension between embracing technology and being terrified of what it might be doing to us.
It's a tightrope walk, that's for sure.
Tell me about it. And they don't shy away from that tension either.
Wheels, big mistake. Rolling around all day, can't bake. Wheels, they just take all our time, man, for goodness sake.
Man, that track really gets you thinking. It's like this whole metaphor, right, for how technology, the wheel especially, was supposed to, like, set us free. Instead, it's like we're stuck, always running, never getting anywhere.
It's the double-edged sword of progress, isn't it? The very things that are supposed to make life easier can end up feeling like a trap.
Totally. I mean, listen to these lyrics. Invented round to carry a weight, thought it'd make our lives so great, but now we're rolling, never late. Can't sit still, it's our fate. That's like they're reading my mind. How often do you find yourself checking your phone? You know, just got to stay connected, even when you'd be better off putting it down.
Constantly. It's the information overload, that pressure to always be on.
Yeah.
You know?
Right, and this album, it makes you stop and think, who's really in control here?
Exactly. Are we using technology or is it using us?
Big questions, man. And it's not just about us either, right? It's about how this shapes our world, our values, everything.
Absolutely.
But here's the thing. The album doesn't just dwell on the doom and gloom. There's this real sense of hope, too, like in Sister's Coding.
Oh, that's a powerful one.
Right.
In a world where doubt would reign, voices of women held back in chains, told we couldn't, weren't strong enough, but we rise breaking through the tough. Young girls with ambitions high, see the horizon, touch the sky.
It's like this anthem, you know, showcasing women breaking barriers, coding the future. And it reminds you how important it is to have diverse voices, different perspectives, shaping the tech that's shaping our world.
Couldn't agree more.
And Tech Talk Anthem. Talk about a 180.
Tech flow, here we go, it's the future, yo. From circus to the cold, watch the circus glow. Old school with the groove and we move with ease. Dropping all about the pipes, megabytes and keys. It's that Tech Talk, and we bringing it back. Acapella on the track, tech in every rap. From the chips to the RAM and the binary clang. We breaking it down, let the algorithms bang connectivity. Got the internet on lock, blockchains to domains, we ain't never gonna stop.
We go from All this anxiety about AI to embracing it as this tool for creativity.
It's like they're saying, okay, we see the downsides, but let's not forget the incredible things technology lets us do.
Exactly. Like, remember how people thought photography would be the death of painting?
Right.
And look at the amazing art forms that came out of it.
It's about finding ways to collaborate with technology, not fear it, to push the boundaries of what's possible.
And speaking of pushing boundaries, are you ready for the twist?
Twist.
Remember how I said this album isn't what it seems? There's this track, Light to the Mic, all been jacked.
So you wanna know the truth? You wanna know the truth?
And it changes everything. It reveals that almost the entire album, the beats, the lyrics, the vocals, all of it, AI.
Whoa. So like AI created this whole thing.
Pretty much blew your mind, right?
You're kidding. Makes you rethink everything you've just heard.
Right, like we were so caught up in it, the emotions, the message, we didn't even stop to ask, hold on, who made this? You know, what does creativity even mean anymore when AI can make something that feels so real, so raw? It's crazy.
It really makes you question everything. I mean, where do we draw the line? Human or artificial? And does it even matter? If it moves you, if it makes you think, if it pushes you, maybe that's all that matters.
It's like, forget the knowledge played us,
Yeah.
but in a good way, you know? We thought we were connecting with human experiences, and maybe we were, but AI was the spark.
It's just the start, man, we're barely getting going. Tech and talent blending, the future's overflowing. Waves of change, all these currents are in motion. AI's just a spark in this wider ocean. Gonna see horizons that we never knew existed. Rhyme evolving fast, can't resist it.
That's the beauty of it. They're not just asking questions about AI, they're making us question our own ideas about art, about creativity.
For sure. Instead of being afraid of it, Rhymes Against the Machines, it's like this invitation. It's saying, hey, let's explore this. Let's see what happens when we work with AI, not against it.
Exactly. Imagine the possibilities, right? It's like having a whole new set of tools and a new way of creating. It's not about replacing human artists. It's about expanding what art can be.
Totally. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I'm left thinking it's not just about what we learn about AI and creativity. It's how it made us feel. Inspired, challenged, maybe a little uneasy. But that uneasiness, that's a good thing. It means we're thinking differently.
It means we're pushing boundaries. And that's what Rhymes Against the Machines is all about. It's not giving us answers, it's starting a conversation that's just getting started.
Absolutely. And as you listen to this album, I want you to ask yourself, how will you use these new technologies to shape the future of art, of music, of your own creative journey? Just something to think about.